Hey guys, welcome back to Hanging Out with Lori. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Today is my June favorites. And I have a couple of fails. I don't usually do fails, but I've had a couple of them this month. And so I thought we would talk about them because this is abnormal for me. So let's talk about my fails really quickly so I can just get them out of the way and we can move on to the good news. And the first one is a bronzer, and it's this broken one here. This one by Coastal Scents. It's why it's not out. It's because it's broken. When I used this in Saturday Singles, I could not get it to blend to save my life. And that was really frustrating because it's a really light brown, and yet it should not have been so difficult to blend it out because I did not go in heavy-handed with this bronzer on my eyelid. So I don't understand why a sheer wash of this kind of mid-tone brown would not blend out. So I was really frustrated with this. And then I noticed when I was showing you guys at the end that the pan was broke. So because I had no success with this whatsoever, I'm just going to toss it. So if I liked that bronzer and it performed well, I would repress it, but because it was another mid-tone brown that I have a ton of and its performance is subpar, I'm not going to keep it around. I'm just going to declutter it. There's no need to keep it around in my mind. So the next fail I had was this concealer by Too Faced. This is the Born This Way concealer. When I first got this, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I was tanner then or what, but this is just very yellow on me. I mean, to me, it's just not a good shade match, but also I find that throughout the day, this concealer becomes very cakey and thick under my eye to the point that, I mean, it looks like my face is cracking. And I don't use a lot of concealer, so I don't understand why it's doing that. I mean, it was fine when I first got it. See how it's been sitting there? How weird. I mean, yeah. But I'm just not enjoying it. And I pulled it out so I could use it up, but I don't know if I can because of it making my under eye look so rough. So I am not enjoying this. I still have it, but it's just unpleasant. And then the other item that I have is this ColourPop Volumizing Mascara. This is in the shade Plum and Get It. It's a beautiful, plummy purple shade, but the formula, as soon as I opened it, it was dry. And I don't know if their formula is dry. I've never used one of their mascaras before. I think the shade is very pretty, but I don't get a lot of color payoff with it. And what I do get transfers onto my concealer caked under eye. So let me know down in the comments below if you've ever used the ColourPop mascara. Is it a dry formula or did I get a dud? I'm thinking I got a dud, but I don't know. Those were my favorites. I mean, those were my favorites, guys. Now let's talk about the fails. All right, so here are my favorites. I have more than I thought I would have. Not to say that it was a bad month. I just didn't think I had this many favorites, but I do. The first one, because it's laying on my lap, I'll talk about it really fast. In fact, I didn't use it today so I could talk about it. And that is it's by Earth Therapeutics. This is their packaging. It's their exfoliating hydrogel. It is just this big, long, scrubby towel. I had purchased this before I moved away from out of Colorado, and I found it a couple of months ago, well, when I was cleaning for Jordan, and I finally pulled it out after she left. Because my arm doesn't bend very well, I can't get my back clean. And it bothers me that I can't. So I purchased this. I did think there was handles on the end, but it's fine that there isn't. And I just wet this. You just wet this, put your body wash on it, and then scrub your back. And because this arm doesn't go very far, this one does most of the work, but I'm able to go in both directions, even with my bad arm, because the towel is so long. You know, if you get it fully straight, you can cover a lot of area, but even if it gets twisted up, you still cover quite a bit of back space, and you quickly get your backside cleaned. It also works for like scrubbing down the back of your legs or your legs, your feet. And it wasn't that expensive. I want to say it was like $5-6, which I think was a pretty decent price. I mean, yeah, it could be cheaper, but because of why I'm needing it, if I paid for a medical considered, back cleaner, I would pay a lot more. I think $6 is a great price because of that. That is my other fail. I just thought of my other fail. Then my other fail that I just thought of is this Pacifica Mineral Face Shade Coconut Probiotic Broad Spectrum UVA Face Lotion. It does have an SPF of 30. I tried this out and I was unhappy with the results. It comes out really liquidy, and then it quickly firms up as it's like, once the air hits it, it kind of becomes a little thicker. And can you see how it has this tint to it? And you put it on your face. It of course leaves this white cast, which is fine. That doesn't bother me, nor does the chalky scent to it. What I don't like is it sits really heavy and thick on the skin. It becomes almost like a mask on your skin that makes it so your face can't breathe. At least that's how my skin feels on my face when I use this. And if you try to wear makeup over it, it just clumps, It doesn't really peel, but it becomes kind of like a gooey mess, if you will. It's hard to explain. Maybe it is a pilling effect, but it's more like, it feels more like, when you're stacking Play-Doh, how it just kind of starts to crumble and fall apart. That's kind of how it feels. And I was just sorely disappointed because you guys know my love for Pacifica, and I've ran out of face sunscreen, and I had this. I was happy to find this, and yeah, I will continue to wear it on days that I don't wear makeup, even though it's so heavy and I feel like my face can't breathe, I can work through that. But I can't work through that and a face of makeup and my makeup being so ridiculously pliable, if that makes any sense. So this was a really big fail, and I'm really sad about that. I have a full bottle here, so it's going to be around for a long time, but holy smokes. Yeah. So let's talk about a positive for Pacifica. Now, I have been using this for almost a month. When I filmed my almost a full face of Pacifica, I filmed it last month. And when I filmed that, I said I liked this mascara, but I wasn't getting the full effect of the corkscrew wand. And I'm still not. I'm still convinced that this wand is great for people who roll through their lashes. However, I have found if I use it this way, I'm able to get really voluminous, full-bodied lashes that I don't get with other mascaras, even if I turn it this way. So I don't know what it is about this, if it's their high, because it has a high fiber content. Is that what it says? No, it doesn't say that. Oh, that was the brow gel. So I don't know what it is about this Highest Lash Chronic Volume Mascara by Pacifica that makes it work for me going vertically, that I don't get the same performance from other brands when I do that. But I was absolutely stunned when I found that out a few weeks ago, and I've been loving it. Now, this does transfer onto my under eye with the Born This Way concealer. It doesn't with any other, but it does with the Born This Way concealer, unfortunately. So I do have to pay attention to when I'm wearing this versus when I'm wearing that. But I really do like this. Another makeup item that I have that I've really been loving on, oh, I didn't notice I was halfway empty, and that's L'Oreal's Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist. I have had this in my collection 9 months maybe? No, I had it when I moved, so maybe a year. And I just pulled it out because I'm trying to, work my way through my setting spray. So I just pulled it out to use it. And I am blown away. Now, I like how fine the mist is. I think it feels really good as a refreshing face spray. But for setting spray application, I find it a little light. I feel like I overspray because it is such a fine mist, but it's so gosh darn light. It's very refreshing on the skin, especially if your skin gets dry. It's really nice. So I have really been enjoying this. Do I see any type of glowiness from this? No. I know you have to shake it up because there's like some shimmer in there, but I don't really see it on my skin, which I thought I would and that I wouldn't like, but I like it. I love the smell. And the spray is just, it's like a fine mist of rain. But I find that fine mist of rain not so great as a setting spray mist, but as a facial mist, yeah, I'm going to be repurposing this bottle because of that mist. Yeah, that's for sure. The next favorite I have had this last month is lip glosses. I may have talked about lip glosses last month as well, but I have been loving lip glosses once I found that they help heal the corners of my lips. And two of my favorites have been this Tower 28 lip gloss in Fearless. I did break down and get Fire. I am not a fan of Fire. I don't know if I got a bad bottle or what, but it has this really funky taste to it. But Fearless I really like. And it could be because Fire has more pigmentation. It's gorgeous on the lip, absolutely stunning, but it has a funky taste, which, who wants a funky taste in their mouth? The other one I've been enjoying is this L'Oreal Glowing Lip Gloss. And I have it in the shade 03, and that's Tropic Like It Hot. I think these have been around a while. I found them at my Walmart late fall, early winter, and I really like it. It has this really fruity, fun smell. It's very thick, but I don't find it tacky thick. I definitely have lip glosses that are much tackier than this one, but it's definitely very thick. It has a viscosity all on its own. The one thing I don't like about this is, while it looks like I have used up a whole lot, when you stick it in there, they have it so air pressured in there. Can you see how it just pushes it right back out? It makes the lip gloss come out as well. And so I find I have to kind of tilt it to get that air pocket out. And if I don't, it pushes lip gloss out and then I have a huge mess. So that's the only drawback of this. Like now, I have a huge mess. And so I waste a whole bunch of product. But very hydrating on the lip, just like Tower 28. Both of these are very hydrating. L'Oreal definitely has a lot more pigmentation than Fearless, but they're both very good. Definitely more lightweight, less viscosity, definitely zero tack. This has some tack, but high viscosity, and it is more pigmented than the Fearless. But it's like $5 cheaper. So, yeah. But overall, just in general, I've been loving lip glosses. But these two, yeah, they've gotten a lot of use this month. Okay, and then the last items are kind of a 2-for-1, if you will. I picked these up. Also, Ulta had them on clearance, and I don't know if you guys know this. I talk about it pretty openly, but I don't know if I've ever talked about it here on this channel, but I'm allergic to apples. I first noticed I was allergic to apples in my teens. In fact, I passed out because I was eating an apple and it closed down my throat. Now, that first time it happened, I didn't associate it with the apple until I ate an apple again. I remember having a tightness in my throat prior to that incident, but I had never passed out from it. And then as I've gotten older, I've gradually become more allergic to apples. The last time I was hospitalized, that when I threw up apple juice on the poor nurse, the doctor told me that I needed to stop eating apples in any form, whether it's liquid or applesauce, because I would peel the apple. I always thought it was the peel, and so I would peel the apple and I'd put salt on it, and I would always eat it with either peanut butter or cheese, and always liquid. But she told me then I was too allergic and I needed to stop eating them completely, just cut them out of my diet, and I miss them. The long story short is I miss apples. And so when these were on clearance at Ulta, I picked them up, and they're the crisp apple body mist and body lotion. These smell so good. Oh, they're so bright and crisp and so fake apple-y. I mean, they truly are fake apple, but they kind of smell like the apple tree that was in our backyard back in Colorado. And I've just really enjoyed it. Of course, I have used more of the lotion than I have the body spray, but when I get out of the shower at night, in the daytime I don't, because I'm usually putting on a perfume to test or to, just use for my perfume project. But at night, I will lather this on. Well, yeah, I'll lather this on and then I'll spray this on, and it's just a nice, refreshing scent that I'm just really, really enjoying. And I thought it would be too artificial, and it is, but there's enough of a likeness to what a crisp fall apple, from the heat of the sun smells and tastes like, that it really is kind of a nice fix for my apple craving that will never be fixed. But these two things have been a great supplement. Well, I've been craving apples really bad for some reason this summer. This has really helped. I thought it would make it worse, but it hasn't. So that is it for my favorites. Tell me down below what some of your favorites or fails have been this last month. You guys, thank you for being here. Please take good care of yourself. Be safe, be smart, and I will talk to you soon.